Hello everyone and welcome back. My name's dustinkreis and today we are going to do a first impressions video. We're going to talk about this game right here, Time and Eternity, brought to us by NIS America and developed by Image Epoch, the same company that brought us Rise Fantasia, which is actually one of my sort of hidden gems, sort of, how do I want to word it? Just one of those games that people just kind of pass it by and never really give it its fair shake. So when I saw that they were making this, I knew I was going to be interested in it because it just seemed like the pictures of it and stuff just seemed like it was going to be a great RPG, or at least interesting. And then the reviews started pouring in, and this game is getting abysmal reviews, and it doesn't really deserve it because it's not a bad game. It's not a badly developed game. The problem is, a lot of people, the way that the game is presented and sort of the mechanics the game uses, people just don't like. That's the problem with it. It's not, for what it is, it's not a badly designed game. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, for me personally, this is not going to be like, I really kind of want to make this my game of the year just to piss people off, just to see if people like go nuts, you know. It's not going to be anywhere close to the top of game of the year. But at the same time, I'm really enjoying my time with this. And at $50, I can't recommend this game. I would say definitely do your research, figure out if it's something you would like. If you like sort of the Gust RPGs, look into this because you'll probably find a lot here you like. If you're not big on like NIS America's RPGs that they bring out, then you're probably going to pass this by. When it gets down to the $20 mark, that's when I say look into this. I really wish they would have released this at a little bit of a cheaper price because I feel like that $50 price is really keeping a lot of people away from this. And I think as the game moves forward with the price drops, and they'll probably come pretty quick, I think more people will pick this up and give it a fair shake. But yeah, this is kind of one of those RPGs that, or just games in general, that I like to try to give a game a fair shot before I really, you know, get on here and, you know, talk about it. And I've put a couple hours into Time and Eternity, and for some reason, I really enjoy my time with it, and I'm not exactly sure why, but there's just some kind of little charm to it. But let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the mechanics of the game, and just talk about things that people don't like. The big thing is the graphics. The world around you is rendered in 3D, but all of the characters are 2D sprites, and it's a little weird. When you're moving around the world itself, because you have your 2D character, sorry, I'm burping from my beer, you have your 2D character sort of standing with her back to the camera and just kind of walking forward as you move the control stick forward. It looks kind of hokey, but at the same time, if you just remove that character off the screen, it becomes a first-person RPG. And, you know, a lot of flack has been given for the reasoning behind using 2D sprites instead of like fully 3D characters. And I read somewhere that it was Image Epoch trying to get rid of some of the traditional RPG sort of tropes, even though it still carries a lot of those RPG tropes with it, by using like 2D animation for the characters. They were trying to do something completely different. And I have to give them a little bit of credit for that. That's kind of something that hasn't been done, as far as I know. I mean, there's been games like Ni no Kuni that kind of skirts the line with how the graphics look. But these are fully 2D, you know, anime sprites, not like a 3D rendered character that looks like an animated thing. And it reminds me a lot of like a Sega Saturn PS1 era RPG. I don't know why, but it really gives me some like nostalgic feelings for how, you know, sort of old school RPGs were. Really like the graphical style, actually. I wish there were more frames of animation for the characters, But, you know, for what it is, I actually really like it. The battle system, and a lot of people have been throwing a lot of flack at the battle system, and I actually really dig this battle system. You have two characters. You have, which I should have mentioned before. You have Toki, you have Toki and you have Tawa, and basically they're two souls trapped in the same body. And there's two types of attacks in this game. There's range attacks with a rifle, and then there's melee attacks with a dagger. And the battles are real time. And essentially what you have here is you have Toki, who is better with a rifle, and you have Tawa, who is better with a dagger. And how you switch between the characters is another thing it's kind of cool, but at the same time you can see how it'll kind of screw you over. In that you switch between Toki and Tawa every time you level up. So you start out as Toki, and then when you hit level 2 you turn into Tawa. So there are items that you will eventually get that you can force a transformation between the two. But other than that, you kind of have to sit and think about how you want to level these characters up. Because if you just sit and grind, you could inadvertently turn into Toki, and if you don't feel like you can play Toki as well with the rifle, then you might not have such a good time. But from where I stand right now, I actually really like it. How it works is when you're using the rifle, you just sit back and you kind of hammer on the O button. And it is kind of a button mashy type of thing for a while. To do just normal attacks with Toki. And Toki will just sit there and fire the rifle with the O button until, you know, the cows come home. But what you have to do is you have to watch the screen and watch the enemy's animation. And when they start their attack, you can use the control stick to dodge left or right to dodge the attack. So it really is kind of a... some people refer to it as a very button mashy type of thing, but there are some subtleties to it, especially when you play as Tawa, which right now Tawa's, for some reason, she's becoming more developed than Toki is. And with Tawa, of course, you can sit back and use the rifle, but she's not as good with the rifle as Toki is. Toki can build up better combos with the rifle. What you want to do with Tawa is you want to press the control stick forward to move in on the enemy and start using the O button to build up your combo meter, which is above your health bar. Every strike fills up a couple bars of the thing, so you can use your magic, you can use a stronger attack, and you know, she can just build up combos with that dagger. Now, once you get that to a certain point, you can unleash a special attack with, you know, whatever button you set the special attack to, which does massive damage, or you can jump back and cast a spell with whatever button you assign the spell to. The spells take a few seconds to build up, and then she fires it off. So it's all about timing in this game. It's a very timing-heavy battle system. And for people to kind of sit back and say, it's just button mashing, all you have to do is just sit there and hit the O button, I don't agree with that at all. I'm having a lot of fun with this battle system. I don't know why. I mean, it's not the best RPG out there, but I think people are just kind of zeroing in on not the negatives of the game, but just sort of its shortcomings, and really just not giving it a fair shot. I really, really love this battle system, and I can't wait until Toki becomes more powerful, because I want to see what she does with the rifle, you know, because I'm having a fun time with Tawa, building up combos with a dagger, then unleashing, I don't know what it's something moon, crescent moon or something. It's like this strong attack, it just wipes them out. I don't want to say there's a lot of depth to it, but there's more depth than what IGN would lead you to believe. So, I don't know. I don't really know where I'm going with this. I feel like I'm just starting to ramble now, because it's a shame how this is kind of being treated. It's not a 10, it's not a 9, it's not an 8. I would say when you get down to like a 7, if you want to do the rating thing, a 7 is starting to get close to where this game would lie. A lot of, you know, it's definitely not what IGN says is a 4. I feel like in this modern era, if a game is not pushing the graphical boundary, and if it's not like, if it's, it's such a weird thing because at the same time in this industry, the AAA game is completely ruining the industry because everyone's trying to make a AAA game, and when that AAA game does not sell, that company goes under. Meanwhile, companies like NIS America and Atlas, they're not pushing the graphical boundary. They're just trying different things, and this is definitely a different and unique thing. The storyline is silly, sometimes laugh out loud funny, just because the way I love how characters phrase things. And there's a character who is sort of a wannabe assassin. He leads this sort of assassin's fan club thing, and just the way he phrases his statements is so funny. Like there's this one time he was talking about, I don't know, something, something, something. If you do this for me, then I will spill the beans. And for some reason, the way he phrased it, or no, he said spill some of the beans, and it just made me laugh. Like I sat there and laughed for like a couple minutes. Gosh, this game. I really wish I wish it was cheaper, so people would give it a fair shot. That's my thing. Like I said, not the best game out there, certainly not. But you have to sort of appreciate companies that are willing to try something different. And Image Epoch really tried something different with this game. And unfortunately, I really feel like the mainstream media is really missing the mark on this. And I feel like a lot of people are reading into that and seeing like gameplay on YouTube and just dismissing this game outright. It's not for everyone, but if you have the right frame of mind, you will love this game. And I'm actually really kind of wanting to finish this video so I can go back and play it. So, yeah, that's sort of just some thoughts on Time and Eternity. Of course, I will do a much more in-depth game discussion video later on, but it's unfortunate that it came out at $50. If it came out at like, I would say 30 would be a good starting point for this, because I just feel like at $50, people are too scared of the price to really give it a fair shot. So, I don't know. I guess we'll see what its legacy is, but for me, I'm enjoying the hell out of it, and I'm looking forward to get back to it. So, that is my sort of quick thoughts, quick ramblings on Time and Eternity. Sort of just a not fairly treated game, And it's released the same day as Shin Megami Tensei 4, which is an amazing, amazing RPG. So, what are you going to do? I don't know. I like it. So, that's it for this video. I want to thank you so much for watching. Take care. I'll see you next time.